Yes, perfect. So in this class tonight now, it's basically a continuation of staking. Masternodes and staking have a small correlation, but we'll see the differences in a minute. So what is a masternode? A masternode is a specialized type of full node in a blockchain network that performs unique functions beyond those regular nodes, which simply validate and broadcast transactions. So masternodes help to ensure the stability and efficiency of a blockchain network by providing additional features and services, oftenly earning rewards in return. So basically, a masternode is a type of a node, but a specialized type of a node. So for us to understand masternodes, we have to understand first of all what is a node and also different types of nodes. So let's look at that. A node, let me just explain what a node is. Imagine a blockchain. Has just noticed that I didn't describe a node in this note, but I'll explain in the most simplest way that I will be able to do that. So a node, I'll give that in an example. Imagine a blockchain as a giant notebook that records every single transaction. So for example, who sent how much Bitcoin, to who was that Bitcoin sent to. So a blockchain is like a giant notebook that records every single transaction. So a node is a computer that owns a copy of that notebook and helps to keep it updated and safe. That's the simplest way I can explain a node. So a node is basically a computer that owns a copy of that notebook and helps to keep it updated and safe. If you have understood what a node is, thumbs up before I continue. If you've gotten what a node is, thumbs up. I'll repeat that again. So imagine a blockchain is like a giant notebook. Remember we said everything in crypto is what? We said everything is in crypto is recorded on the blockchain. And the blockchain is open source, so everyone can access it. So you're saying, imagine a blockchain is like a giant notebook that records every single transaction that is made. So a node is a computer that owns a copy of that notebook and helps to keep it updated and safe. For example, we have the simplest example that we can relate to, a WhatsApp message or a WhatsApp group. So let's consider a WhatsApp group like KCM cohort 1. Messages, we can consider all the messages that are sent as our transactions, right? So members cannot delete, but every member has a copy of those messages and they can confirm if that is true or is not true. So in this case, you are saying, for example, in KCM, I can put that condition where I'm the only one who can send messages to that group, right? And I lock up the group to say only admin messages. So that's the same thing with the blockchain. So the messages that are in that group, will consider them as our transactions. So members cannot delete. Remember, I said all the transaction in the crypto Nini cannot be reversed. So members cannot delete these messages, but everyone in that group has a copy and they can confirm by sending maybe reactions and emojis that that message is true and not true. So the members in this case are what you are calling nodes. So the node is a computer that owns a copy of that notebook of transactions and it helps it to keep up, it helps the blockchain to keep it updated and safe. I hope everyone now can describe what a node is. If you have understood what a node is, thumbs up. Yes, perfect. So under the nodes segment, we have two types of nodes. Number one, we have the full nodes and we have the partial nodes. So a full node, for those who are joining in right now, we're just explaining what nodes are before we look into what master nodes are. And I just noticed I didn't, in my notes, I didn't include the descriptions of a node. So there are two types of nodes, a full node and a partial node. A full node is a computer. Remember, I've said a node is a computer that owns a copy of the blockchain, and it helps to keep it updated and safe. So for a full node, it's a computer with the entire blockchain where all the data will be stored, and it will verify the blocks. So basically, a full node is a computer with the entire blockchain data. So it has the entire notebook. Remember, I said to imagine a blockchain is like a giant notebook that records every single transaction. So for a full node, it is a computer with the entire notebook, or rather with the entire blockchain. So for a full node to operate, it requires a huge amount of storage for the blockchain data. Remember, it stores the full, or rather the entire blockchain. And number two, a full node also needs a huge computing power, the GPUs and the CPUs, huge computing power. So two things, huge amount of storage, and number two, a huge amount of computing power. So how do this node get rewarded? They'll get rewarded with transaction fees from every BTC transaction. So every time you make a BTC transaction, the people who own these nodes will be paid the transaction fee. That transaction fee will be shared between the people who maintain this this blockchain, who are calling the miners or the nodes. So what's the difference with a partial node? A partial node is a node, or rather a half node. We can call it a half node. Remember I said for the full node, they have a strong computing power and a huge amount of storage. For partial nodes, these are mobile phones. From that word, you can see mobile phones. Mobile phones don't require a huge amount of storage, and they don't require huge computing power. So these are mobile phones with blockchain software to store partial blockchain data. So the other one was full, or rather entire blockchain, but for the partial nodes, they store partial blockchain data. If you have understood the two types of nodes, thumbs up. The two types of nodes, thumbs up, and how they work. Only Evans. Joe, you have a question? Joe has just left the meeting. Anyway, if you have understood that, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Now, having understood that, now we can be able to understand what a masternode is. A masternode is basically a node that has it is a special type of a full node. Remember, you've looked at full nodes and partial nodes. So for a masternode, it is a special type of a full node. So it is a special type of full node, and you said full node is a computer that, number one, has a huge amount of storage, and number two, has a huge computing power, and number three, it stores the entire blockchain. So what's the purpose of these nodes? Because a node is a computer that helps to maintain and update the blockchain. These people who do that, or these softwares that do that, then they'll be rewarded with transaction fees for every BTC that is mined, or every transaction that is made for BTC. Now we have understood what masternodes are. So what's the difference between a regular node and a master node? We have looked into what nodes are, so we want to know the differences between a regular node and a master node. So for a regular nodes store a copy of the blockchain. They verify transactions. If you've sent someone money, and you'll always see, I think I even showed you some screenshots, or in the group, in this class, I know there are many people who have transacted with Bitcoin or rather any other cryptocurrency. Before that money gets to the other party that you're sending, or crypto, not money. Before that crypto gets to the other party that you're sending to, you'll see that it has a provision of confirmations. Confirmations is basically uh, Confirmations is basically a place where now the verifications are being done. There are people who are verifying these transactions. In exchanges, verification for that money to get to the next person, there should be a minimum of like 20 verifications or confirmation. If you've seen that, thumbs up. If you've seen that there has to be confirmations before that amount gets to the other party. If you've sent crypto and you've seen that, thumbs up. Yes, so that's basically the work of a node. So regular nodes store a copy of the blockchain, they verify transaction, and they help keep the network decentralized. So they don't usually earn rewards for their work, they just make sure the network can function. They are easy to set up and don't require a significant investment. But when it comes to masternodes do everything a regular node does, but they also provide extra services like faster transaction, privacy features, and voting on network decisions. So to run a masternode, you have to invest a certain amount of cryptocurrency as collateral and maintain a high level of server uptime. In an exchange, masternode operators, they'll get rewards or rather paid in crypto, making it a way to earn passive income. So masternodes are like premium nodes that have a bigger role in the network and offer extra benefits to the network and the users. I don't want you to understand all those things. I just want you to collect one thing, that a masternode is a special type of a full node. And what is a full node? A full node is a computer with the entire blockchain, number one. Number two, that needs a huge amount of storage. And number three, it needs huge computing power. And number four, the miners get rewarded with transaction fees for every BTC that is mined or every BTC that is transacted. I just want you to understand why I'm investing in masternodes, and for us to understand why we're investing in masternodes, we have to understand where are we getting money from these masternodes. And you have seen we get this money from basically maintaining and updating the blockchain. So you get rewarded with what? With transaction fees plus BTC for every mined block. But if you want to understand in depth of what nodes are and how they maintain the blockchain, remember what I said, just come to these segments right here on our website, on the Web3 course. Then if you go to topic 11, you'll notice we are talking about nodes in blockchain. So for the purpose of this class, I think I've done my best to explain what masternodes are. But if you want to understand in depth, just find your way into that lesson 11 and you'll understand much better. If you can explain to someone what a masternode is, thumbs up. Or the simplest of the simplest, how you earn money on masternodes, thumbs up. Or the reason as to why we consider masternodes as a way of making extra money in crypto, thumbs up. Only Pius can explain what a masternode is. If you understood, kindly thumbs up. Evans?
I just have a question. I wanted to ask, do we consider like these mining rigs or ASIC miners as masternodes?
What? Pardon?
Do we consider mining rigs or ASIC miners as masternodes?
No, there's mining and there's masternodes. But we look at mining. Don't worry, we'll look at mining and we'll get to see that. I don't think we're going to do mining today like I had initially thought, but we'll do on Monday. Tomorrow is, I think it's what is it called? Easter.
Easter.
Yeah.
Monday is Easter also.
Also Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. But you can explain what masternodes are.
Yeah.
Use your hand was up. You said that you can understand what masternodes are. Can you tell us in your own terms? Maybe your terms will be simple for guys to understand here in class. What are we saying a masternode is, Pius? Pius, is Pius? Let me just take if Pius is here. Okay, Joseph.
Masternodes are piece of paper full nodes where the masternodes operators are rewarded for confirming transactions in the blockchain.
Yes, simple.
Usually, they are rewarded by maybe proof of work. Those who validate, they are rewarded.
Exactly. That's the simplest way. Let's appreciate Joseph. Yes, they basically get rewarded with transaction fees plus BTC for every mined block. That's the simplest way you can explain a masternode. So in short, regular nodes keep things running, verify transaction, and share blockchain data. But masternodes, they'll do everything what a regular node does, but on top of that, they'll keep those things running just like a regular node, but they'll go further by adding privacy, faster transaction, and governance. So this added responsibility comes with financial rewards, but you need to invest fast to start one. So someone would ask, where do we buy masternodes and stuff like that? So just to take you to a small tour, number one, we need three things. We need the crypto. What will you call this? Remember the CMC, CoinGecko, Live CoinWatch, all this we call them crypto aggregator. So I think we can just borrow the same terms and call this a masternode aggregator. So you'll need a masternode aggregator. Then you'll need an exchange, just the way we do with crypto. With normal crypto, you'll need an exchange, but also on top of this, you'll need a hosting service. We'll deal with the hosting service later. So, what is so let's just go through this slide. Masternodes are not typically bought like a product. Instead, you set up a masternode by buying and locking up the required collateral cryptocurrency for that blockchain. For example, if you want to run a masternode on Dash is a type of a masternode, you need to buy and lock up a certain amount of Dash tokens. So here are some popular platforms that can help you set up or host masternodes. Number one, the masternode aggregator in this case. In short, masternode.online, for us to remember, we can say is the CMC of masternodes. And remember, with CMC, we say it is a place, or rather it's a website that holds all the cryptocurrencies and has all the details, the metrics, the tokenomics, the history, the market cap of cryptocurrencies. That's the same thing. The masternode.online is also a comprehensive platform that offers information, comparison, and hosting services for various masternodes. So it's a resource for learning about different masternode projects and earning potential. So it is what? It is the CMC, the coin market cap of masternodes. And it is, where is it? Let me just navigate to it. Masternode.online. Here it is. It is. So masternodes.online is basically the CMC of what? Of masternodes. But also you'll notice there are some tokens that are here that are also listed on CoinMarketCap. So, but for a comprehensive guide on masternodes, it's best to come and search it on masternode.online. For example, we have this coin right here, this node rather, it's called this, I don't know how to spell that, CYS. Let's use the coin ticker, CYS. You'll get the price of the CYS, the change right here, the volume. Remember, we said volume is very important because of liquidity. We have the market cap. What did you say the market cap is? In the simplest terms that I told you, that will help you remember what market cap is. What is market cap? Let's have some Evans.
The network.
Yes, the net worth. It's what in layman's we call net worth, but in crypto we call it market cap. Let's appreciate Evans. You're not going to appreciate Evans? Okay, perfect. So the market cap is the net worth. The ROI means return on investment. So once you've set up a node with CYS, the ROI is 1.32%. Then the nodes that you require, the required nodes, the node is 2,603, but the required nodes is 100,000. So for you to invest in a masternode, you will require what? 100,000 what? CYS. And what's the minimum what that you can invest in this? $3,000 right here. That's the same thing. If you want to set up a node on PIVX, you'll need how much? 1,200. But you have some cheaper ones. But remember, even if it's cheaper, you have to consider the volume, the market cap, the return on investment, and stuff like that. But I'll send a list of, as I send the other list of good coins that you can buy, I'll also send a list of good masternodes that you can invest in. So $95, but you have to check on the metrics of these tokens, these masternodes. So just like we did with CMC, remember we said, can someone remind us, if I want to buy BTC now, what am I supposed to do? If I want to buy BTC, what are the steps that I'm supposed to do? Someone to guide us? Let's say we want to buy BTC. We're going to use the simplest example, which is BTC. If I want to buy BTC, what should I do? What are the steps that I should follow? Joseph, guide us through as I do it here.
Do you have fiat or USDT?
I have Kenya shillings.
Okay.
My M-Pesa.
Okay. In your exchange rate, say the news.
Yes.
Go to P2P section and shape a buy order and buy some USDT through P2P.
Yes. Now I have USDT.
After you have USDT, then you can go to the spot or you can use the convert option. Then convert USDT to Bitcoin.
Yes, but I have a question. How did you know that I can actually buy BTC on Binance?
In CMC, you can check BTC on the market where it's listed. Then if you confirm it's listed on Binance, then you can buy it.
Yes, perfect. So that's actually what I wanted you to mention. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate Joseph. So the first thing you need to do is actually come. Here's BTC, and this is the reason. I'll give two examples. I'll come to Bitcoin, navigate to Bitcoin right here. Then I'll go to markets, or rather just scroll down or go to markets simply here. Go to markets like that. Then I'll see all the markets that BTC has been listed. So in this case, I can buy BTC from Binance, from Bybit, from Coinbase, from all this. So that's the first thing. So I'll deposit depending on where it's listed and where I own an account with, then I can proceed to buy from those exchanges. Maybe I don't have an account with Binance, I can go and buy Bitcoin from Bybit, Bitget, Mexi, etc, etc. And this is why, if I look at a coin as like UBXS, I normally get, now I keep on repeating this, I always get this question, oh, I wanted to buy this coin, it's not on Binance. That's the first thing you're supposed to do. Come to this, come to your favorite crypto aggregator, look for Bitcoin UB, let me just write UBXS. These are real world assets. So UBXS is not on Binance unless they listed it without my knowledge. So it's not on Binance right here. So the first thing you're supposed to do, come to this part, search that token, then go to markets. Then after markets, you'll see where it's listed. If you look at this, so it means even if you have your USDT on Binance, you'll not be able to buy UBXS. You have to find a way to get your USDT to Mexi. Everyone can do that right now, can send funds. So go to Mexi. So the only place you can buy UBXS is on these exchanges that have been listed here. Mexi, Getayo, PancakeSwap, these are decentralized exchange, and so on and so forth. So that's the simplest way. So that's the same thing when it comes to masternode. That was just a refresher so that you can understand how this also works. So if I want to buy a masternode, I'll just come to that part and get to see where I can buy this node. So if you come to this part right here, you'll see not where I can buy, but where I can host this node. Number one, you'll see where I can host this node is on AllNodes, and I'll discuss in depth what hosting is. But where can I buy this node? I can buy it from these exchanges. I can buy it from Bittrex. I can buy it from Binance. I can buy it from Upbit and Poloniex or something. So whatever we are familiar with right now in this class is Binance. So just navigate to Binance, send your USDT there, buy SYS. Then after buying SYS, you'll have to send it to AllNodes. These are hosting platform for masternodes. And it is that now I'll just explain how what hosting means, or rather, why are we setting up these nodes on this platform. AllNodes will have people setting up on NodeHub.io, and the one that I knew of Kitambo was Crypos.io. But you can see from this part right here, they announced the closure of that. I actually figured this out yesterday. I've not done masternodes in a while. So all masternodes will be closed by 31st of March 2025. So it was not a long time ago since they closed. They closed in 31st of March, but may just discover that yesterday as I was preparing for this class. So number one, we have known where we are supposed to buy these nodes, and you have seen how we get to know where to buy these nodes. And I'll give another example before I even mention what hosting is. Let me just come back here. You can see we can buy from this market, but also there are some nodes that are not listed on popular exchanges that you know. Let's just look at this second one and see. Also, this is on Binance, Bittrex. I just want another one. Let's choose a random one. Birake. Perfect. Birake. So I want us to finish first on where the markets, or rather where you can buy these nodes, before we look at where you can set this up. Let me see if I've missed something on the nodes. Okay, so let's look at what Birake is. You can see from my notes. So Birake, we have looked at what masternode is. We have said it's the CMC of masternodes. So, and Birake is the Binance of masternodes. So it's basically an exchange platform where you can buy masternodes from. So the reason why I included it in this note is because there's some masternodes you'll go to buy, for example, Monk, and they'll tell you that the only available market that you can buy Monk from is from the Birake Exchange. And this is what I have right here on your screen. So how does Birake work? Number one, Birake, remember, what did we say? If you want to buy a coin on PancakeSwap, what do you need on PancakeSwap? Someone? First of all, PancakeSwap supports which network? Let's start there. PancakeSwap. Remember, PancakeSwap is a decentralized exchange, so it supports which network? I want us to relate the normal crypto to masternode so that you can understand. Joseph?
Binance matching.
Yes, Binance matching. So for me to be able to buy coins on that decentralized exchange PancakeSwap, what do I need?
You need
BNB. So still on the same, if it's on Uniswap, what network does Uniswap support? Someone? Uniswap. Which network does Uniswap support? Only Joseph can remember this. Uniswap supports which network? Okay, Okari, let's go.
Ethereum.
Yes, the Ethereum. So for me to buy any token on that exchange, what do I need?
Ethereum is first.
Yes, Ethereum. That's the same thing. So for Birake to work, you'll need Bitcoin. Bitcoin. So what do? Go to your just like we did with those decentralized exchanges. We bought. I remember we did an example with PancakeSwap. We bought BNB from Binance. Then we transferred those BNB to our decentralized exchange, which was PancakeSwap. And then we used those BNB to do what? To buy the tokens that you wanted. So that's the same thing. So because Birake only allows BTC, so what you do, go to your favorite exchange platform, for example, Binance, buy BTC, then come to Birake on this part right here, deposit and withdraw. Let me just do that again. Deposit and withdraw. Then you can see deposit and withdraw. Please select the coin you like to deposit. In this case, you are depositing BTC. So from this list, come and deposit what? BTC. After depositing BTC, you just click on deposit. It will give you an address. You can see it will give you an address, or you can pay with what? With fiat, with your Visa or whatever. But because as you're transferring from Binance, what you do, come to this part, copy this address, go to your Binance and send out that Bitcoin. After you send out that Bitcoin, what do you do? Now you want to buy, which coin was that listed here? Monk. We want to buy Monk. So what you do, come now to the exchange part right here. Exchange, remember you have deposited what? BTC. So from this part right here, you can now choose the coin that you want to buy. From this list right here, you can come and look for Monk. If you can see Monk, SAP, Beer is Birake, SAP. Where is Monk? Here it is. Come here now and buy your Monk from this part. This part works like how spot works. It has a buy segment and it has a sell segment. So for this case, you'll have to buy. And if you see, the option is Monk, or the currency pair is Monk for BTC. So you'll need BTC to buy Monk. So from this part right here, you'll use your BTC to buy that Monk. So that's how you can buy masternodes if they are not listed on your favorite crypto exchanges. In this case, it's only listed on Binance, on Birake, so that's the only way you can buy. But there are other masternodes that are listed, like we've seen, on our favorite exchanges like Binance. So let's go to the next part. You have now figured out our CMC for masternodes. We have figured out our Binance for masternodes. So lastly, we want to look at a hosting service. Remember, these notes I made some time ago. So Krypos, we have seen, as we have seen, it closed down. But a masternode, Krypos and all these other ones, Krypos, NodeHub, AllNodes, and all that are hosting platforms. So if you want to know where your favorite node has been hosted, just go back to masternodes.online and it will tell you where it is. For example, this one is not even on Krypos, it's not even on NodeHub, it's not even on AllNode, but the only place you can host it is on Fleet's wallet. So that's how you get to know where these masternodes will be hosted. If I'm to go to the first one that we chose, let's see where you can host them. Masternode.online. If I go to the first one that we used, CYS, let's see. For CYS, where do you buy it? Buy it on Binance or these centralized exchanges. Then you can host it where? On AllNodes, this one right here. So different, different nodes have their different hosting platforms. So I want us to understand what hosting is. So we have said that masternodes are set up to help run and support a cryptocurrency network. And in return, the owner will do what? Will earn some rewards. So think of a masternode like a superpower computer in a crypto system that is always online, helping to do what? To approve transaction, keep the network secure, and support special features like security. We have seen that, and the others that we've seen. So in return, the person that is running that node gets paid in crypto. But to run one, you usually need what? A certain number of that coin, like we've seen, like a deposit. Then a computer that is very powerful. Remember we said a masternode is a special type of a full node. And we said for the condition for a full node is high storage and high computing power. So for a masternode to work, you'll need a computer or a server that, number one, is very powerful and that is always online. Higher. Number three, good internet and some technical setup. So masternodes, as for people who want to earn passive income or rather support the blockchain network and can handle that technical side of it. Have a computer that is always online, good internet, strong CPUs and GPUs, and also buy what? A certain number of those nodes. But why then do we have a shortcut? Because number one, we don't have the time to be always online. We don't have the time to invest in strong computing power and all those conditions that we've looked at. So this now is where platforms like Cryptos, AllNodes, all these, or whatever you are calling hosting platforms, this is where they come in. So in layman's, they help to set up masternodes instead of doing it ourselves. Instead of us investing in all those computing, what powerful GPUs, always online, whatever. Instead of all doing that, they narrow down, or rather they make it easier for us. So number one, we will not need all that tech hassle, because running a masternode by ourselves means that we need to set up a server. So they'll eliminate that. Number two, they'll eliminate the need for us to be always online. So if you go offline, so what happens if I go offline? I will then lose my rewards. So it doesn't make any sense. Then it's safe and secure. So they use non-custodial setups, meaning your coins stay in my wallet and are only logged, not handed over. So they just work like staking. So I'll just commit my amount into the node and into the hosting platform, and the rest will be done. So it's just a shortcut for a quick setup for what? For master nodes. If you understood what hosting platforms are, thumbs up. I think I've done quite a good job in explaining. Only Sylvia. Sylvia, you have a question?
Yeah. So I want to ask you, have you done masternodes? And what's your experience?
I haven't done masternodes in a while. The problem I did with masternode, the reason why I don't invest in masternodes, because for me, I feel they'll take a lot of. Okay, this is what I'll say. Masternodes are good for people who want to set them up. If you want to earn passive income that takes a lot of time, you can do masternodes. Like, invest in masternodes and forget about it. But the problem here, I removed, or rather stepped out of masternodes because the rewards. Because when the market was pumping last year, I was seeing like I'm wasting my time. Because
is that things like run cool in masternodes?
Yes. No wonder I said before you invest in any node, you have to come to this and do your analysis on good nodes. For example, let's look at a funny coin with nothing, with zero volume, like SAP right here. Honestly, the volume that is here, this is quite a red flag. The volume right here is 123. So probably they only have one node set up. So 123 is an amount that only one person can set this up. So what happens if I own this node alone? Remember, I just need 170 USD to invest in this node. The minimum worth is 170 USD to buy this node. So what happens when I want to liquidate my assets? Who will I sell to? If the amount that I'm investing is actually low than the volume that is here. I actually think this is someone who had set a master node on SAP and they have been unable to liquidate their asset because the minimum award is 170 versus the volume that is currently in the market, which is 123. How will you liquidate your assets if you want to sell them for USDT? You see, there's no rug pull as per se, but now there are these risks of investing in a stupid masternode with no volume.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yes. So we have understood what an hosting platform is. So once you've bought your masternodes from maybe Birake, if it was listed on Birake, or from Binance, if it was listed on your favorite centralized exchanges, what you do now is come to these hosting platforms, sign up. I've not signed up. Remember me, I was on Krypos, and I just noticed yesterday that it closed. So just sign up on these hosting platforms. Then once you send here and set up, that's it. Your node is up for running. So any question? I think we've come to the end of this class. Any questions so far? It's as simple as that. Go to masternodes.online if you want information. Buy, then set it up. Done?
Next session. I wanted to ask. So you cannot host a regular node, and then I hope you hosted the master node. So what was the experience, and then which computer are you using, and how much was I want to hear the price part of it.
Well, okay.
And also, the last thing is it something that can be hosted in cloud? Because I had recently AWS, I don't know what happened to the cloud, and is it the same thing? Yes.
No. Okay, just to ask you before I even answer you, what do you mean the computer that I used? Why do you want to know the computer that I used?
It works on a supercomputer, so is it the normal computer that we have, or it's something else?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can someone answer Sam? Because I think we have answered that in class. No wonder I've asked him that question. Joseph?
When you are doing masternodes, you are not using your computer. Those hosting platforms are the ones that are having data, so they are doing it for you. You just need to have the minimum amount of crypto required to use the masternode so that you earn some rewards.
Yes, that's it. Have you understood, Sam? Or I repeat again what just
No, it's okay. So it's like you're paying the cloud for the cloud service. You're not you're just paying for the cloud service, but they can host it for you. That's the point.
Yes, it's the hosting platform. So I don't need, remember, for me to set up a masternode, I'll need a lot of that computing power, huge storage, and stuff like that. So what these hosting platforms are doing for you, they are basically creating a shortcut for you. So what you need, they'll do that part from their end. So what you need to do is just to commit the number of masternodes that you want, and they'll do the rest. You get now?
Yeah, it's okay. Thanks.
Okay, let's go to my experience with masternodes. Remember, someone asked us staking, if staking will give you good money, and I said staking doesn't have a lot of money, because also it depends with the number of cryptocurrencies that you will commit. And I also remember I said in staking that it's good or favorable to people who are holding crypto for long term, because it makes sense. Why would they have coins that I'm intending to hold for like 5 years, and they just stay in my wallet somewhere. Instead of them staying in my wallet somewhere, they could be doing other things like I can stake them so that for that holding period, which is 5 years, I can still be earning what or accumulating what a certain number of crypto. That's the same thing with masternodes. The rewards are not as much. Okay, not as much is relative because maybe it can be matched to someone else. But to me, this is the logic I was using that time. So I set up a masternode at that time. And remember last year the market was really pumping. So my thought was, why would I stake a masternode to give me I'm investing a lot to give me a reward in a month's time that I can get if I do buy and hold. The amount that I'm waiting to get in a masternode in 1 month's time is the same amount that I will get if I do buy and hold in 2 days. See if I'm making sense? That was my reasoning that time. But I'm not saying masternodes don't have money. They do. But my reasoning at that time was like, why would I wait for a whole month to get an amount that I will get in maybe a week's time? That was my logic that time. What I'm saying, the rewards in masternodes is relative. To someone it can be much, and to some other people maybe it can be less. It's just relative. Something you can try. Remember, there's so many ways you can earn in crypto. Something you can try and have your own experience. Then you'll see. Is that okay? Sam?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okari?
I was asking a question on staking. You say maybe if you are holding something maybe for a long time, like 1 year, 2 years or plus, and you store your cryptos in a cold wallet, you can stake them through the cold wallet. But you know that the cold wallet, they keep your cryptos secure. Do you usually stake in a cold wallet through the Ledger platform, or how do you do it?
Yes, through the Ledger platform. So Ledger within itself, I think I'll send a screenshot. I'll log into my Ledger Nini, then I'll send a screenshot where it provides all that. You'll see on the list of services Ledger provides, you'll see staking. So it's within Ledger. So even my staking is still offline. So my crypto is safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another question out of the topic. There is this term called minting. You can see that maybe 1 billion USDC, 1 million USDT has been minted to Ethereum, has been minted to NY Solana. What does that mean, and how does it affect the crypto?
Okay, perfect. Now, I need you to be patient. On Monday, that's what we'll be looking at. Mining and minting. You'll be able to get the difference between mining, minting, and farming. It's under Tuesday's class. Will you be patient and tackle that then? Okay. Okay. So, any other question before I end this class? If everything is clear, thumbs up. Okay, so I'll end this class. Okay, just we have a question. Joel. Is it Joel or Joel?
I'm using another device, and then the tabs up tab, so I don't know what happened today.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Joel, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Today I had a lot of problem trying to join this meeting. Every time I try to open, and it comes on within a few seconds, my name disappears.
It logs you out.
Yes. I took over half an hour to succeed. I was just clicking everywhere I saw it, like trying, until finally it now came on and it disappeared.
So what will happen? Because tomorrow we don't even have a class, we'll have a meeting with you, then we'll tackle that. Then we'll see what is happening.
Yes, also on the film, as I was going through many things, I saw a list of people who have like joined or who are members of the meeting, and my name was there, but only my name, which did not have an email. The others all had emails. So, because I gave you to do it manually, there could be a difference somehow. That may be the cause of the problem.
Yeah, it could be, but I also need you to be very patient with me. If you've noticed, even today, I've had some people who have had to add them manually. I'm also learning this thing right now. So, but I'll free myself over Easter and try and learn it again, because I don't know what I did that I have to add people manually. But I know it's probably maybe I scheduled that meeting for one day and I needed it to schedule continuously for like 4 weeks. But I'll figure it out. I'll go on YouTube and learn.
Okay, now finally, I will be doing when there is a public holiday,
Yes.
we do not hold classes.
Yes. We also paid our respect to Eid. I think we should also do the same for Easter. So we resume these classes on Tuesday so that people can travel if they're traveling, go and hang out with their family. So basically even rest. This life have so many hustles and bustles. You're always running up and down. So basically to rest.
Okay.
Yes. So we meet on Tuesday.
In addition, John, for info, I noticed you are always on video, and maybe it's intentional or not, just for information.
Who?
You.
You are always on video permanently, so your camera is always on. So just in case you are aware or not, you
I'm not aware.
Alright,
So I did the picture.
maybe on Tuesday if you have time, you can join. We can have a session like 5 minutes or 10 before I give you some basics.
Your name is?
My name is Thomas. You can pick my details from the meeting details.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
If no question, any further questions, I'll end this class right here. We basically meet on Tuesday. Also remember, if I don't reply to your message with questions, you can always send it to the group. I'm very sure you have people who can answer those questions well in time before I get to your message. Kindly, you can send them there. Then it's easier for me. It's also easier for me to access questions in the group because I always have that group pinned up right there. So if you find like I've not answered your message, it's not out of ignorance. Labda imepotea huko chini. So just send it in the group. It's easier for me to see it from that group. Is that okay? Okay. Perfect. You guys enjoy your Easter and your weekend. Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Okay.